Who? Who the
Ooh.
fuck is that?
All right. What?
Is that any better?
What's the important? Yes. What's the important information?
I don't. It was a robocall. It's not.
What
None of
was the
it's ever
important
important.
information?
It's never important.
Indeed.
Steph.
But
Let
it
me
might
get
have
you.
been.
No, I know they got. It started out with "I am an artificial intelligent clerk with your local." I'm like, whoa! I got a rope. Whoa. Like that hooks you in real fast. An AI is calling me. Yeah,
Oh, nice.
just hang
Yes.
up.
Yeah.
For anybody who's gonna call me out on it, for anyone's like, why is Goldie and Ryan there? It's the only Molestia picture I have.
Would it be? Yeah. Would it be?
Yeah, that's just how it's gonna go right now. That's all. Yeah. So for everyone in here,
It's an old picture.
yeah, it's an old picture, and I was like, it's the only thing on point here. And unfortunately, I was just dumb and put that in the riff. Well, I ain't taking it out. So, abuse of power hashtag. Anyway, so here's my thoughts. Cloudy Brony, like he did this hormone monster from Big Mouth, which there's some issues.
Oh, that's pretty bad.
Yeah,
that
when I
show's
just-
real bad
yeah,
anyway.
And I had to think about it. Like Big Mouth, there's a little girl in that show that's like sitting there talking to her clit and shit. And there's all kinds of like inappropriate things, and I'm like, imagine if you will. Yeah, let me go.
It's the show with the teenagers jerking off and having sex with each other.
Yeah, now imagine
Nice.
if you will, you're a brony. You're like you told somebody to fuck off because they do like I don't know like a horse vagina that was according to your OC. Okay, he screwed up. He's been told to stop. You don't want anything to do with him now, and now he's like drawing your OC with like a palette swap with a show that's how do I put this?
Cheesecake, I believe, is what that creepy reading called it.
I don't. Cheesecake is like fan service. Like it's Digi.
Yeah, fan service for pedophiles. That's what the show is.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, it's not even Digi-centric because it's American. Like, you can't even fall back on it's a cultural thing. No, that's not what my culture's about, Sonny.
Yeah, this show it's bad.
So, here, 1 second. Mars reviews. I'm gonna get to this right now. Like, there's... on second thought, I don't want to play that clip.
He did some more fan art. So some more fan art has surfaced.
Yeah, it's actually... The pictures, if you go to Shelly D's fucking channel, and he's, like, talking to Cloudy Brony, like, the picture themselves, because when I looked at it, I wasn't really paying that much attention. I was like, oh, it's that creature. That's not so bad. But the more I thought about it, the more I'm like, that's kind of gross.
That's really bad, yeah.
I was
that's
like,
as bad as it gets.
Yeah, the picture itself is something you could throw up on YouTube, but I don't know many bronies that would want to be like, I am the avatar and manifestation of a child's sex drive.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would piss the shit out of me. Like, especially if if Brony Inspector did it, I'd probably have a stiff word with him, and then we'd fire back and forth, and then we'd be cool again. But like, if it were like, I don't know, Ryu.
If it were someone who everyone was already like, yeah, they're kind of creepy and a little dumb, and then they did that shit, you'd be like, no, that's the end of your rope. Sorry, buddy.
No. Here's the whole thing. He didn't do anything to any kids or any shit like that.
Yeah.
Did they have to go blackball him like they did there? I think that might, as far as the stuff we know so far, and keep in mind here, he sat there and said, oh no, it was only that one time. And I'm like, well, wait a minute, this is the second time here. Now, according to Luna What's-Her-Face from OBAB, they said that there were 5 times he was told to stop. And he said only once, and we're up to 2 now. So... Well,
and not to mention this, like, if they felt he was a weirdo and was making him uncomfortable, and they're like, yeah, blackball him.
Yeah, I really want...
If he legit made him that uncomfortable, they can make that choice.
Yeah, I felt like I'm like, I haven't said anything, and granted, I've used a bit more stiff words to him in private, and I'm trying to be balanced and fair here. I'm trying, because I can't just sit there and find that out and not tell the audience. That's not cool.
So more creepy fan art from our boy Cloudy over here.
I wasn't really thinking, and then he did say, he's like, I didn't agree with the part about the girl's clit, and I'm like, yeah, but you have to, when you do something, you have to kind of consider like the worst part of the show. Like, people aren't ignoring that, like choosing to ignore that, like you are in this instance. Yeah. What's the worst part of, like, here? I'll go around the room. What's the worst part of MLP that you'd have to explain to like a normie who's not involved? Anything?
Why?
Maybe maybe that age regression scene.
Yeah.
Maybe.
What's the worst thing?
One thing though.
Go ahead.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna use this logic to its fullest extent, there's a scene in 13 Reasons Why where someone gets ass fucked with a mop. So I mean, does that mean we can't draw a fan art of 13 Reasons Why anymore?
Wait. Which show is this?
Oh yeah, it's
in 13 Reasons Why,
movie,
there's a scene where
right?
someone gets raped with a mop.
Okay, hold it. Is there fandom OCs in that little subset? Is there even a fandom for that?
Yeah, I don't think
there's
that
a big
counts.
fandom for 13
Oh,
Reasons
is
Why.
there for 13 Reasons Why?
So 13 Reasons Why has a fandom, yeah.
Okay,
There's no OCs of it, but at the same time, it's like.
Well,
there's a lot of
I
fans
feel.
on
I'm
it.
trying to think of a cross,
Yeah, 'cause the first
related example.
the first one I came up with that he argued with was I was like, well, how would you feel if like let's say we had like Corpulent Brony and we decided to like take a Pedo Bear and put like Corpulent Brony's OC colors on Pedo Bear. Would that be cool? And they're like, that's not the same because you know the everyone theoretically has gone through what's it called, puberty, and not everyone's a molester. And I was like, okay, I mean a pedophile. And I was like, well, then I came up with the Molestia thing because Molestia is a more acceptable character.
That actually got some acceptance, and the comedy had some subtlety to it, and
And I could see where a lot of people were like that. No, don't give me wavy pink. Don't give me wavy pink hair. Hello, Elf.
Hi.
Hi.
By the way, Claudia in the shut the fuck up liberal chat said he's here.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, he'd like in.
No, he said yo, I'm here in the shut the fuck up liberal chat.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's not here. Well, I mean, we could move over to Discord.
Should we move over?
Over to you, man.
I like having push to talk.
Okay, sure. Let's see. Does Elf and Countess want in to shut up liberal?
Oh,
I will move over there if you add me. Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
Step, can you chuck him in?
Someone. I'll chuck. I think I have Elf added.
Okay, cool.
You do. The elf promises to be as nice as the elf can.
Okay, cool. Hey, let me know if we need to kick anybody, if there's enough room for everybody. All right, well, up. Dead.
Should we kick someone out just in case?
Oh, we need somebody? We'll bump Hateful.
Alright.
Fuck Hateful.
Well, I don't. Like theoretically,
it
yeah.
was one conversation.
Well, hold it. I'm pretty sure that we could have kicked Leo, but I just don't like kicking Leo.
Leo is everyone's grumpy grandpa, and we want to keep him happy by allowing him to leave groups as he desires.
Yeah, no, I mean it's just the voice call. He'll still be in the group.
Yeah. So yeah, as far as this goes, the only reason I decided to make that whole statement here, and I've toned it back from what I've said in this room, Cloudy, is that I just wanted to express the faintest of disapproval because you said that the picture of the hormone monsters was later on, and I toned it down and said I could see why people in the fandom would be upset and then want to cut ties, or once they had cut ties, hey, I don't want to be associated with this show, I'm really angry and pissed off right now, and I felt like I balanced that pretty good. I don't feel like I railroaded you there. Was I a bit of a dick in this room? Yes. I was kind of annoyed because you left a fact out. I can go through all that right now if you want. It's your call.
I did say that I see why people can see what you said. I approve of that.
Okay, yeah, but my audience, my YouTube audience hadn't heard that yet. That's why I did the stream. I said it on Twitter, and there's a vast disconnect between what people see on Twitter and what people see on the channel. And I had a lot of things to talk about there, and I've thought about seeing Big Mouth, but I trust Mars's reviews, his insights on.
Don't watch that show.
Yeah, no.
Here's the thing: this show has a line in it where they think the worst thing they did was decapitate Garrison Keillor. When I'm like, no, the 12-year-old's jerking off was way worse than you decapitating Garrison Keillor. That was actually funny. That's actually something I would joke about, but. This show was like, oh no, we killed Garrison Keillor. We've officially gone too far. I'm like, that wasn't you going too far.
Plus it has trainees in it, which is automatic F minus.
But yeah, anybody who wants to find out about this show, I highly suggest they check out Mars Reviews, Big Mouth Reviews. It's on screen. Just type in Mars Reviews. Look it up on your own. I recommend Mars, but I don't recommend Big Mouth.
Quick question: am I just as loud as everyone else? Because I know I've been.
No, I don't know about me, but I think everyone else is fine.
Yeah.
I hear you just fine.
Should I bump him a little bit? Yeah, you sounded good when we uploaded the call from yesterday. The one in Sheldon's was like the.
Yeah, I was peaking a bit, but I was probably talking too loud into the mic at the time.
Here you go. I bumped you to 116. Cloudy.
Because everybody, every time I record my audio, it usually hits the yellow mark on the noise floor or whatever. So.
But not not quite the right term there, but good enough, close enough.
So you'll never guess who just messaged me out of the blue. That crazy wild stalker that was a hot commodity for a couple of days there. It was like, we might move on to another topic if he keeps bugging me in about a minute here. Since Shadow, what's his face, is like, we're moving on. Well, if this guy wants to bug me, I'm not nearly as forgiving.
Oh no.
Not nearly. He's about to have a bad day. Keep messaging me, asshole.
You're gonna have a bad time.
Hi, Coyote. Let me bump you a skosh too.
Have you noticed the thing that I always show up like 10 minutes late? It's fucking weird.
Well, we haven't been going that long. Let's see. Yeah,
The last 3 recordings, it's been 10 minutes late. I always show up.
Well,
I'm glad we kept this room.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're off busy being your alter ego, the Yod of Note, and you've got to go and change back into Coyote Lovely. And...
I can neither confirm or deny I have anything to do with the Yod of Note. The Yod of Note as business that is not necessarily mine. Anyway, what's going on, guys?
All right, so
nothing to do with her.
So, is there anything else that we need to?
I saw her go into your apartment and leave it the other day.
You know what? We're gonna talk about the Yod of Note some other time. Like, well.
Oh yeah, we're totally streaming right now, Coyote. We'd like to know about your love life.
Aware.
Okay. You can't act like you were ambushed. Nobody called you up.
I know.
Okay, wow, look at this
also,
shit.
If you look at these side-by-side
Those
pictures
better
that
be
I made,
YouTube safe there.
Note, they're very similar.
Okay.
That bodysuit. What's not YouTube safe about that?
All right, I'm just saying.
I mean, it's like a chibi furry. There's no actual like genitals being seen.
All right. So,
Get off my Christian Minecraft server.
Oh my god.
So,
sir, I am not Christian. Screw you.
Anyway,
I don't think anyone
okay,
here
let's.
we're gonna fix that one day, Elf. But anyways.
Nope.
Yep.
I was born and raised Christian. I left that shit.
Have you drank goat blood milk yet? Goat's blood yet?
We're gonna get Elf drunk, and one day they're gonna wake up hugging like a chibi Jesus and going, "I found the Lord." Anyways.
Nope.
Yep. Back to was there anything else that we?
They're gonna have the Jesus Agahow face all over print T-shirt.
So I got in like 40 to 50 minutes of Sheldon's thing, and I think I think that's more or less been handled. Are there any other incidences?
Is there anything else you want?
Yeah, Cloudy, before
slip your mind before it comes out on its own.
Yeah, like I want to state this for the record that Luna gal. If she doesn't feel comfortable coming forward, maybe I could slip $20 into their PayPal and we could get those chat logs. Maybe even 40. I don't know. I'm a kind of a wacky guy. I'm gonna probably keep going.
Yeah, sounds extravagant, perhaps.
I might go as high as a AAA game. Who knows? So, well, that's 60.
AAA, yeah, $60 video game.
Might even be in the mood for some DLC if you know what I'm talking about.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That's the best DLC answer. I love that DLC.
So yeah, if there's anything else you want to talk about.
Yeah, Cloudy. Before we let Brony and Spectre move on to Cider Fest.
Yeah, this is a classic here.
I want to preemphasize that by saying bless that man.
Who?
Okay, no, I know. Yeah, the guy who runs the charity. I assume.
Bless that man.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I know. I knew Step would like this.
Okay.
So am I supposed to like say something here?
I just look. I thought.
Bring us home, Doc. You got.
Yeah, no, hold it, Cloud. I thought I was fair with you. If you felt I was unfair, feel free to steal the mic back and talk a little bit.
I stated my mind.
All right.
And there's nothing else I'd like to add besides. Nothing.
Okay.
That's a good place to leave it.
Yeah, normally, again, case in point, everyone, very on point. If you look at the front of that podcast stream where it's Molestia, or, Celestia next to Ryan and Goldie, I was cool with both of those people at the time, and they knew the kind of shit that I pulled, and I got away with that. Now, have I continued now that I'm no longer cool with Ryan to draw art of his OC? No, I don't. That's very on brand and very on topic right here.
Okay.
Careful,
Yeah.
Anthony. He might go back and strike videos that has his artwork in it. You might want to watch out.
Well, it's Gray Silvermane's artwork, so good luck with that. I don't think old Ryan is able to draw, or Rena, or whatever the hell they go by these days. So, Cloud, was there anything else? Unless you want to hang out for Brony Inspector's story time.
Yay.
All right, go ahead.
All right, con stuff.
All right, con stuff.
Yeah, so the Cider Fest recently put out a kind of a vague tweet that was like, "Hey, we had some issues with our with our charity, and we're gonna cut ties with them, and it's because of some bad stuff that they had said in a Facebook group, essentially that this con-chair was a member of." And basically, what the guy's deal is he's in favor of conversion therapy.
Oh,
the guy who runs the charity is gonna he is an advocate for praying the gay away, which once the people at the con found out, were like, oh well, that doesn't really line up with a lot of the LGBT concerns that us here who run this con, subscribe to. So, we want to get rid of him. Now, at which point, they've
was this is a charity guy that got dropped, right?
Charity got dropped because he believes in and here's the thing.
What's the name of that charity?
It's anti-bullying. Yes. Federation Against Bullying, right?
I think it's Generation Against Bullying.
Generation Against Bullying, yeah.
All right, so I'm going to blank the screen so we could go take a look at that in a minute. I just want to sit there.
And his charity itself has nothing to do with praying the gay away. It's about
well then what's
supporting better values and not bullying.
What's the name of it again? One more time.
Based anti-bullying.
It's Generation Against Bullying, I believe.
Generation Against.
How did his support of conversion therapy even enter the conversation?
So this entered the conversation when the con chair looked at this group that they were both, I guess, a part of. What he says is like, oh, it was just a group he joined to keep in contact with him, but had it muted and didn't pay attention to it because he was like, oh, just some right wing group. I'm not really paying attention to. And then
is that it?
I got mad because he said, "Hey, I'm."
Is that it?
Let me see. I was about to.
Let's say that yes, this is 100% the guy's views.
I think
Who gives a fuck? It's
So this-
here's
Well,
where,
hold it. I just want to tip everybody off. This is the website allegedly, correct?
let me just.
If it's Generations Against Bullying, then yes.
Okay.
JB, Generations Against
So
Bullying.
allegedly, one of you guys or the people behind Cider Fest are asserting that this place is either into pray the gay away, electroshock therapy, something along those lines.
Probably not like
Praying the gay away, not electroshock therapy.
Yeah.
But will that make you stop liking dicks? Because I could try.
I think for a little.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll do that, but I do know it actually does help with depression. It has proven.
Yeah. Well, that might be something to think about.
Well, we'll hold it here.
Like,
Let's.
that's not even a meme. That's like actually scientifically proven.
Yeah, no, I'm not. This is. I don't think electroshock therapies is necessarily a that's been proven to work. Whereas praying the gay away.
Well, tell you what, Brony. If you're feeling your Wheaties, there's a phone number here. If Dr. Wolf would like to call up on live stream to talk to these fine people.
Are you interested
Doctor to doctor.
in praying the gay away? Well, but here's the crazy thing. Like this charity here,
yeah,
this doesn't have anything to do with praying the gay away.
Okay.
This charity doesn't do any of that stuff.
Okay.
The guy who got this charity hooked up with Babs, not Babs, I'm sorry, Cider, excuse me, got my cons crossed there, with Cider Fest, got axed because he personally believes in praying the gay away and took money from Christian groups for his charity who do advocate for that. So passively there is a connection.
Okay.
But directly, no. His charity doesn't do any praying the gay away.
All right, so we'll ditch that. So here's
They pray the bully away.
Okay.
So basically,
Yes, it's more or less pray the bullying away is his.
Based anti-bullies.
So basically, they were trying to kick him out because of his personal views that were not necessarily something that was connected to the charity.
Absolutely.
Well, why didn't they just ditch him and then try and contact the charity and find a different go-between?
I think,
or even then, not even
fairly.
just like ditch him.
I think he's a fairly high up organizer in the organization.
But he's still there, though, right?
He's one of the co-founders.
Oh, then it totally has everything to do with them if he's still there. Like,
well, hold on.
no, hold it. That'd be like if Grizzly the medic wasn't fired, then we'd be like, no, you don't get to say he's an ex-employee if he is. So he works there.
According to the latest tweet is that the convention is discussing it with their getting some feedback from the LGBT community within the Brony fandom, and it's kind of like Cider Fest choose your own gay mystery right now.
Okay.
But my
choose your own adventure. He's going the choose your own adventure route with how to actually address this. But there apparently has been some backwalking on it. Though it would appear as though currently, this charity ain't gonna be the charity at this con next year.
So what you're saying is let's talk to only the trannies about the Christian people.
Yeah.
Hold it.
That makes total fucking sense.
Choose your own gay adventure.
Hold it. The convention is run by, as you put it so delicately, those people, right?
Wait, what do you mean?
Huh? What? You can't do that. We're not in text, motherfucker. I can call you out on that real quick. So you're like, we're talking. Did you or did you not just say you, Step, the guy who doesn't own the channel?
No, I said they.
Right, no, here's the.
No. You said the trannies, and then I said, do they not run the convention? And then I waited, and then nobody answered me.
Well, here's Tech Charlie's exact tweet of this. This whole situation sucks, but I do believe, as much as I can, that GAB is trying to do the right thing, and that charity as a whole has been worth supporting. The leadership will digest this along with the input of our LGBT attendees before deciding how to move forward. So this is a gay choose your own adventure Cider Fest saga right now.
Okay.
Okay, the question I have though is if they knew that this person's views were that, why didn't they, before making any kind of announcement, talk to them directly saying, hey, can we get somebody else to represent your charity, simply because I think this might be a conflict of what people think. Okay, well, then why didn't they fucking do that before making any announcement?
They're still kind of working on it, I guess.
All very good questions.
Like, they could have reached out to him and said, hey, before this becomes a big controversy, can we possibly get somebody else to represent you?
Apparently this was... What was going on was them trying to handle it internally without it blowing up, but eventually things kind of got off the rails from what I've heard.
Guys.
Great job.
From what I understand from the channels I am looking at right now, yes, attempts were made to handle this in a way that more lines up with what you're suggesting. But
so as of this moment, hold it. As of this moment, to everybody listening in, at Cider Fest, there is no one in any professional capacity at this moment who works with the con or like next to or about that is going to pray away your gay. You're good to go.
Exactly.
All right,
fine.
You're good to go to Cider Fest and be gay.
You go be gay. You know what? Go be even extra gay at Cider Fest. That way.
Yeah.
You'll have more input.
Okay. we're gonna need a cloak and dagger gay to go there to Cider Fest to make sure that they're not oppressed.
Only someone were gay enough for Cider Fest.
Excuse me, I'm sorry to interject, but I was just thinking that you guys were gonna talk about me. That's why I joined.
Okay, hold it. I believe we stopped to hold it. I believe we stopped 2 or 3 times and specifically said, do you have anything else to say? Because the minute we're done with you, we're going to go tell Brony Inspector's story. Did I say that, everybody?
No, you did. I just thought.
And I said you could stay or go.
I am saying.
Okay,
I'm
cool,
just-
cool.
Was there anything else that you wanted?
To clarify, no, it's not about you right now.
No, was there
right.
anything
No.
else that you wanted to talk about though? Because since you're here, since you
We
decided.
can,
No,
we can go back
I-
to that. If
Alright.
something pop into your head,
Yeah.
go for it.
I already said that there's nothing to add. I was just thinking that you guys were gonna talk about me after this Cider Fest drama or whatever it is.
Was I unclear?
No, hence the
Wow, that's weird, dude. Yeah. Okay,
Hence
that's
the-
a good example of. I think you might have some interpretation if, like, when.
Steph, can
people
you borrow
say-
Jace really quick so he could tell him exactly what I'd said? Maybe. I felt like I was entirely clear with this man. Where I said, if we've addressed all your issues
Before
and
we
concerns,
move on.
Yeah. yeah, and we even hesitated a couple times to make sure that we got a chance to talk to you, and then you're like,
No.
well, I don't feel that was clear. No, I felt that was completely clear. I feel I was crystal.
Right, but why did you name the stream Cloudy Discusses or
We
No.
were
Cloudy
talking to you.
Discuss
Can we change
plus
this
Cider
up?
Cider Fest. Yes.
plus Cider Fest? But I'm just
We're
here. I'm
having,
like-
because what we did was we started out
Yeah.
with a discussion
Mhm.
with you, Cloudy,
Uh-huh.
and then once that discussion we had all perceived was concluded because we asked you several times whether we were done, and you said yeah. We moved on to me talking about the Cider Fest drama, and
I got
now
it.
you're asking what happened. I feel like this is folded in on itself in a way that
Do you have a hot take on praying the gay away there, Cloudy?
yeah.
Would you like
yeah,
to put your
what do
foot back in your mouth, maybe?
Yeah, let's go. Let's we got you here. What do you think about the whole Cider Fest thing, man?
I think nothing of Cider Fest.
That was a
like,
smart
either way.
move.
I have no opinion.
Cider,
Cool,
please.
man.
Not Cider. Fucking Cloudy, please. When you get out of here, please go take an IQ test. I'm very worried about you. Please.
What's up, Shelly?
I thought
Hey,
you were
what's up?
gonna add something about the hormone monstresses and all
We,
that
oh,
shit.
I thought I did
Wow,
talk
this
about
is
that, but
insane.
No,
I
hold-
feel like
yeah, I feel like we did that.
were you here when we wait? Did
Yeah.
you feel
All right, here I'll recap it again. So I'll say what I said in the room. I said that I felt that basically the hormone monsters were associated with the show that had undertones that basically focused on the sexuality of kids that would make a lot of, I'd say a wide range of bronies uncomfortable. And you'd already been asked to stop, and
Bro,
people...
you're a fucking weirdo, dude. You weird people.
No
I
shit.
don't get that at this point.
Yeah.
like
And, like, here's the whole thing. You drew a horse vagina, you pissed somebody off, and they cut ties with you. But after that, you said, hold my beer. I don't think they're quite done yet. Here, I'm going to draw this character that's associated with this show that, focuses on the sexuality of kids a touch too far. We talked about that. I explained that I didn't, in public, call you a pedophile. In public. Now, if you would like me to scroll up in this chat and roll back the truck if you'd like.
chat. What is chat? 55 watching. What do we got?
And I'll be clear. I'll since you basically insisted that I back up the truck right now.
I didn't
I
really.
feel that your tastes are consistent with a certain character of people. There you go. I'm being
Enemy
very
is really hard to follow. I hope you know that.
yeah. I'm being very polite right now with you, Cloudy.
Right, sorry, I just misunderstood that you already talked about it while I was gone.
Well, now that
Sorry.
I've put it up there, was there anything you wanted to add?
Oh,
Wait,
he was
we
gone.
talked
No.
about it while you were gone. You weren't here.
Well, no, he did show up a skosh late.
stream.
Yeah, he was a
I
little
did-
late after Coyote. Yes,
Yeah, I
and
just
actually we floated
assumed
over
you
here
were
too.
gonna
Remember?
talk.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. I'm just.
Alright, so everything's good now? We're all...
Yes, yes.
Okay,
I
oh.
thought you didn't talk about it yet. The stream says cloudy, so I'm
It's
good.
fine.
Yes.
It's
We
fine, it's
totally
settled.
did.
It's settled.
Yeah, whatever. Get out of here, faggot.
Sheldon, if you'd like to add something to this, and
Yeah, Sheldon.
Yeah.
Young Sheldon.
yes,
Wait, to what? What do you mean?
Oh, so basically, I basically said that people were annoyed about the hormone monster because of that show is, it's like certain Japanese shows without the Japanese, and maybe that's why they got extra annoyed. Maybe it was a little,
You have to understand that people have evolved a kind of a radar system when it comes to other people's social behaviors or just their behaviors in general. And the thing is, you're focused a lot on sexual things, right? Your server is very sexual. Your content is sexual a lot of the time. your interactions with your friends are sexual in the sense that you talk about those sort of things, whether or not it's a fan fiction or art or whatever the fuck it is. And for a lot of people, it's too much, right? And when you're associating it with things like teenagers and kids, it just gives people bad vibes, bro. You get what I'm saying? They're just uncomfortable with it. They don't like it. And that's the whole issue here. The whole issue with Scribbler and your friends, your VA friends, is exactly because of that. It's because over time, they're looking at you and they just feel emotions, and these emotions drive them to not associate with you, to not want to hang out with you. And it's for these reasons. It's not that you're guilty of anything worse than that necessarily. It's just that they're creeped out and they don't want to interact with you anymore.
Yes. Now, they should have probably been able to convey that better, but at the same time...
I think they did, dude. That's the weirdest part about this.
Well, no, there was rape accusations and shit like that somewhere in there, or some shit. Yeah.
Dude, my takeaway on this is that, like... They couldn't have told him he was a creep and fuck off enough times. He just didn't listen.
Yeah. Perhaps things got carried away, but I definitely, I didn't want to compare you to AJ the autistic pony, but you're pushing me. you're certainly pushing me on that. Where I was like, look, I tried doing this as polite as possible, and I'm trying to be fair to everybody because I think Obab screwed up, and I think you screwed up a little bit. But yes,
I did.
Yes. And I the only reason I made the stream about that first part is the recent, realization that you'd screwed up a little bit more than that one time. I felt like I didn't share that with my audience. I felt like I omitted something that was rather important, and they're free to make up their own mind at that point, especially when you were accused of doing it up to 5 times. We know about the 2. I'm kind of. I won't be surprised when I hear about 3, 4, and 5 later on.
Yeah, when we've got everything, and I asked you this earlier, like, what else, man? What other weird shit have you sent to people? Like, well, there was this one time that this, like anything come to mind.
Oh, that was sexual.
Yeah, right, exactly.
I honestly never thought of the sexual aspect. I just did it.
Right, okay, so how many weirdo things have you sent to people without thinking of the sexual aspect of it?
Yeah.
How many times do you think you've done that? Now that we've established what someone could perceive as sexual and what they wouldn't. So now that we know what maybe other people think about that,
let me hit you with something here right on spot, Cloudy. This is something that Brony Inspector has pulled out on furries before. Just because a furry doesn't think it's sexual, maybe in that case, just because Cloudy doesn't think it's sexual, maybe it is.
Yeah, we're not gonna go by your definition of what is sexual at this point. That we'd all be sexual harassment. We'd all be accused of sexual harassment if we did that.
Yeah.
This man has IQ of room temperature.
I watched Tuca and Birdie. I get that you don't get how it's sexual, but it is.
Oh God.
2 girls, 1 cup isn't sexual.
I'm glad that got you to laugh. I'm glad that Tuca and Birdie reference did something for you, Anthony.
Yeah, right. Nice. So, was there anything else, Cloudy?
Truth to be told, no.
Okay.
Okay, good. All right.
You may continue with the Cider Fest.
All right, you may take it back, Brony Inspector. The Cloudy has blessed you.
Okay, thank you, Cloudy. Thank you very much. I'll be thrilled to continue podcasting with you in the future. You're such
don't forget to bow and curtsy after Cloudy permitted you to talk.
It's really it's been an honor. If I could just, I wish every day of the week were as rewarding.
We're good.
No, I don't know. Before Cloudy said, I thought we were talking about me. I think that was about when everyone else was going to chime in about Cider Fest.
Yeah.
But we got back to talking about, do you who wants to pray the gay away?
I would love to pray the gay away.
Well, I want a recap of this. What's going on with Cider Fest?
Oh, okay. All right. Quick recap. A charity run by an individual who taken money from Christian organizations for his charity.
Hold it. You Skrillex really bad. Holy shit.
Yeah, Cider
Brony, you're roboting. Did you?
Vector, spin that shit.
Oh yeah, it's really bad Android. Okay. Is Rouge in
It
here?
can only take so much Skrillex, man.
Oh yeah, no.
No, she's
Okay,
not, but she
that should
said
be
she
better.
wanted to sit down,
Okay.
sit out the stream.
Okay, no problem.
Got it.
Yeah, I think you sound good.
All right, so we're good now. Good.
Yeah, the Cider Fest axed their charity, or said they were going to axe their charity because he was revealed to have the person who runs said charity, Generation Against Bullying, had some conservative views about praying the gay away and took some money from some Christian organizations to support his charity, but basically, yeah, they kicked him out because he believes in praying the gay away, and now they've walked it back a bit, and they are going to.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why do they give a shit?
But yeah, they really, yeah, that seems to be the thing, because the charity itself that they're supporting, the Generation Against Bullying, has nothing to do with praying the gay away. That's not part of their deal. That's just what the guy who runs that charity personally believes, which he can go ahead and. Cool, man. All right, good. And what I find most kind of obnoxious about this is like, okay, so whether praying the gay away probably doesn't work, but if you believed it does, and you believed that gay people were actually suffering, your heart were, in the right place when you did it. So once again, super don't see what they're just because that's a huge problem that got some backlash from LGBT con supporters and staff was the reason why they did it.
Oh God, I'm a moral nihilist, so I don't see anything as being truly good or bad. But I'm libertarian about it too. I mean, if that's how Cider Fest really wanted to do things, I'm not gonna stop them or anything, but personally speaking, why I just wouldn't give a fuck about it,
Well, there's a difference.
As far as I'm concerned, if I'm bringing these guys in for my charity or whatever to help me out or whatever it is, whatever their exact function might be, just because they're helping there, that's not a what's the word I'm looking for? That's not an acceptance of their moral.
All right, so let's put it. Wait, let me fix that for you, so you don't understand this, and please stop rocking back and forth, Sheldon. When you said I wouldn't care, you also wouldn't pay for the charity. That's you have nothing to add there. You wouldn't understand the whole concept of.
Mean?
So they're paying the charity, so they can look good. They're virtual signaling, and that's tarnished by having a guy who thinks that you can pray the gay away. Whether I agree with that guy or not, I understand politically why that's just an unwise move. And I don't see how you don't understand.
It's a pragmatic argument, and I don't bring up pragmatism, and I don't disagree. So I don't know what the point is.
Yeah, I completely agree with them tactically.
Sure. Perhaps it's motivated tactically. I'm sure at this point it is. I'm sure they got some sort of backlash, I'm guessing.
Well, as a convention, I get why they did it. There's a lot of people in the fandom at large who think this is really unfair to the charity, who really was, who everyone says by account was a great charity to work with, and they still support what that charity stands for. So it really doesn't make a whole lot of sense, even when you think about it.
It's interesting in a way because I can see the motivation of wanting to not engage with these people because of their moral views from a kind of, I don't know, this probably isn't the best word to describe it, but this kind of leftist point, this they support, this idea that homosexuality is a choice, something, or that's what this dude who's doing this other thing seems to believe, or that I guess they'll assume something like that, and thus, gay people. It's basically a choice, and that's incorrect, and we can't morally support that. But then at the same time, if they were to do that, they would jeopardize a charity effort, and that also looks bad. So I think looks bad from either angle. They're going to lose people either way, which is interesting.
Well, no, here again, people pay money to charity to feel good. And if you're going to be like, oh, the waters are muddied, I'll go somewhere else where I can feel good. If you're basically the charity that you have out there, the anti-bullying one's a little murky, it's really simple. I'll find a competing charity that I could donate to that I won't feel bad about. Yeah,
Oh
done.
yeah, well sure. Yeah.
I've seen conventions fall back on one charity after another, and it's just, do you want to go get the shit at the auction? Do you want to write some stuff off and get it off your, like, how much do you want to donate to the charity auction this year? Like, it's nice when it's one that everyone can kind of unanimously support.
Yeah.
That's better for the convention. I get that.
Yeah, and I absolutely agree with that. That's fine. I mean, it's not like they're like, if they would have made a statement, well, it was ugly for us, so we're not even going to bother now, that would have looked bad. But I would have understood, but that would have looked bad. But no, they're still getting a charity, right?
They'll probably get it. I don't know what it doesn't look like this one's gonna. It doesn't look like Generation for Bullying is going to continue to be the Cider Fest charity.
Okay.
I'm sure they'll have another one lined up without you know. Are you good and lefty? Yeah, we're left enough. Then we won't throw you under the bus. Come work for Cider Fest.
Right,
Like that's
exactly.
going to be a tough sell.
Exactly. Yeah. Pretty.
Like the fact that this controversy even exists just shows a lot of ineptitude on Cider Fest's part, because why did it even get to this fucking point? Like, this should have been handled very easily behind closed doors.
They
It's
tried
just-
that.
there's-
Oh, they
Some-
tried.
Somebody
Yeah,
had
how
a
did
big
this-
mouth.
How did this information get out?
Coyote,
Yeah, that's my question.
let
How
me
did
explain
get
this
out?
to you. They have an Anthony over there. Somebody was like, you know,
Everywhere,
this would
yeah.
be so much more fun in the public.
Even then, like the fact that's their hiring process, and they have somebody who can get access to that information and leak it. Even that says bad things about them. Like there's no good angle to attack this from
you
on
know,
their part.
okay,
They
I'm
just look
sorry.
bad.
The con staff is getting less and less afraid of non-disclosure agreements. I think that's a good thing for everyone. Honestly, I don't know what
Yeah.
your problem is.
This doesn't make me change my opinion of Cider Fest at all. Okay, so
Yeah,
they're
who cares?
But
Go.
it clearly
Yeah.
made other people change their opinions.
Oh
on it.
yeah.
like, well,
And that's
what?
kind of the important part. Not
Well,
just
here's my whole gist, and I can't speak for that, but what?
Hey,
As
toast to
a
the people.
as a person who lives, breathes, and eats brony fucking politics and drama, I can't think of one specific group in the fandom that would be like, oh, that's too much for me.
Well, and here's the thing: the people who are the pissed off the most about it are the more or less conservative bronies who are like, "What? I think that's what's wrong with him being so what that he loves Jesus and wants to pray the gay away." Like, that is the subset of bronies who are actually pissed at Cider Fest, right?
No,
But
I'm
it's
not-
their
I'm not-
ball.
The gays
not just-
believe.
I'm not just talking about this singular instance. The fact that this got leaked to begin with, this could have been anything. It can reflect what will happen in the future as well. It's even if it's something that people should have been aware of in this context, whether you agree with that or not, doesn't matter. It's the idea.
Outing someone
things
for
are getting
being a
fucking leaked.
conservative and having conservative values is stupid.
Like-
Like, I'm gonna out all those conservatives. Like, that's stupid.
Okay, let's put it this way: would I have leaked specifically someone going because they had some kind of thing like pray the gay away? Well, as long as there wasn't like some kind of torture or mental breakdown or waterboarding or some bullshit like that, I'd need more details. But yeah,
I'm not just talking about this singular instance, though. I'm talking about the concept that things can this easily be leaked and controversy started around apparently a professional convention sort of situation.
okay. So I get what you're saying
That's
too.
an issue.
Okay.
Yeah, you're basically saying it's bad that
Right.
the convention didn't handle it, and the fact that they didn't handle it in the way where it didn't cause some kind of uproar or backlash
Right,
is reflective of
Yeah.
their ability to run.
Coyote,
the convention.
I think I know what
Right.
you want. You want us to role play as if we were corporate executives, and you should be like, and that's why I would,
Yeah,
and that's why I'm not going to hire Cider. But the problem is, I'm looking at it as a customer, and as a customer,
Well,
I can't think of
fine.
any congoer who would look at this and going, I'm not sure I should give a shit.
I'm
Jeff,
not.
Yeah,
Here's the
I mean,
thing
I
about
won't
it.
deny that the effects will probably be minimal, but they still care, obviously. So, you know.
I mean, if you have
Well-
two real like fucking tooth and nail cons like side by side, and you need something to nudge you away from Cider Fest, potentially.
It's not a
We
life and death of the
totally
business
have it,
situation, but they still care about whatever amount they might. The point isn't even that they've calculated an objective risk. The point is that they just feel a risk, so they don't want to do it.
I think I've got an alternate reaction to what Coyote's telling us here. Why didn't bronies handle this like furries? Furries keep way bigger stuff than this is secret. How did something this small get leaked?
How Anthony of you, Brony Inspector? That was brutal. Holy shit, that was uncalled for.
Well, that's my. I know how I know how furries roll, and I know how this would have gone down if it was a furry con.
I don't. Yeah, if I don't.
About it.
Yeah, I don't know enough about like the whole pray the gay the way this specific one. You heard me early on. I was like, so they use electroshock therapy. My mind went to the worst place possible.
No, not even that.
But yeah, I've proven I'm uninformed. So, but that's where I think I and many other people would have assumed. And I'm like, oh, so you want to cut ties from that? Okay. Even if you explain that to me, I don't want to have to explain that to several thousand people going to the con. No, there's no electroshock therapy. We promise. But that's
and that's the thing. That this charity isn't even doing that.
But I could see why you wouldn't want to have to explain that constantly. So no, I think they made it. Yeah.
No, we are not the pray gay way. Like, no, be as gay as you want at Cider Fest. Please be as gay as you want.
They should put that on the banner.
Ban the gays.
Oh, that's awesome. Be as gay as you want
at Cider Fest. Yes.
Those skirts would sell. Oh my god. Gay as you want at Cider Fest.
I like it.
Oh no, and we need the Jesus a Gahow all over print shit.
Oh fuck. So what are we misinterpreting now, Coyote, or are there any other things there? Or?
You were directly misinterpreting me for pretty much the entire diatribe.
I'm sorry.
I mean, it's very interesting because you made fun of Farleto a lot for that, and that's kind of the tactic you all just went with there.
Oh, okay.
I find it very ironic.
Okay, I'm sorry. Well, let's
what
not.
Bug crawled up your ass today?
All right, you know what, Step? No, we're not losing another one. Shut the fuck up. So I understood it that I thought that you were looking at it from like a professional standpoint, as if we were.
Anthony, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but you said earlier, I'm looking at it from the consumer perspective. Well, what if I asked you, okay, Anthony, now look at it from the perspective of you're in the business of.
Yeah, that's what I was about to do next.
Wouldn't you agree with us then if you looked at it in that perspective?
My point was that there shouldn't have even been a consumer perspective because the fact this was leaked is the only reason there is a consumer perspective to look at from this width. The fact is, it's very unprofessional that this
you don't deny the validity of looking at it from a consumer's perspective, right?
Right now, I don't deny that simply because it's available to the public. My point, though, is that it should never have been available, and that reflects badly on the convention.
Do you disagree with that, Anthony, or do you agree?
I do agree, but yeah, I'm almost positive. I guarantee you, Coyote. Okay, no, I don't. I'm going on a good, educated guess, right? I'm going to assume that that's not their standard policy. I'm going to assume that somebody, either they got caught or didn't, leaked it. Does that sound reasonable?
I shouldn't assume. We should just acknowledge that we don't know.
Yeah.
I agree that I don't know, but that is a very likely thing. But even then, it should have their hiring practice should have been good enough that they shouldn't have had this sort of thing happen to begin with. My point is simply that from a consumer's perspective, I totally agree with you, but there should never have been a consumer perspective at all.
I get what you're saying too, but let me hit you with this, Coyote. Not every sneaky weasel wears it on their sleeve like I do. How do you know that they just weren't sitting there, got in a spot, and basically said, "I'm not going to shut up about it"? Like there's only so much fucking screening, and not everyone has like a drama channel going, "I have a big mouth, don't hire me. I have a big mouth, don't hire me." Some people know how to shut the fuck up until they need to.
Yeah, I understand. I'm just saying that even then, it's hard to.
I don't know why any of that matters.
I just think it's hard to ignore the fact that, it should never have gotten to this point and it still did. I mean, I agree. People can be sneaky, but it's just like, that doesn't excuse the fact that it got to this point when it realistically just shouldn't have.
What's your practical application to prevent that next time?
I can't say that I have one. I'm just saying that's just the way that I see it.
Yeah.
Well, and that might be a very weak point to be. That might be a very weak.
Not
point,
really. It's not weak because you're just saying your preference. It's ultimately a feeling. So,
Yeah. No. I get what you're saying in that regard, but I will still stand by. That's a very furry way. Like furries operate in much tighter situations than this constantly. I understand that. Like as far as running cons goes, bronies will always look like the amateurs fucking things up.
Yeah, the way
that's a way more likely scenario for brony conventions to ever be. Like, look, when a furry convention goes bad, it's a huge disaster, and you hear about it for years afterward. When the smallest thing goes wrong at a Brony convention, everyone hears about it immediately.
I don't think that's fair, actually. I think that the small things that go wrong at furry conventions, we often don't hear because
exactly. That's exactly
what he's saying. Yeah.
Yeah, but the same is true for a Brony convention, right?
I would say less so. Way less so. This is
and
a
where
perfect
exactly
example
do you
of that.
categorize this? Like to what extreme or threshold is this a good or bad or bad?
No, I would say I would say that it probably doesn't have any effect long run wise. I just think that when comparing the two groups, small stuff getting blown out of proportion, is more. I think this comes down to the whole, well, yeah, furries do say they're anti-drama. I guess Brony's less so. And I don't think there's a negative or a positive to either side. Yeah.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, this what I constantly see in this fandom is no drama bad. So I don't know.
Well, furries
that's what he
even
said.
More so, dude. Yeah. Well, furries even more so. Yeah.
Well, maybe
no,
I
for
guess
everyone.
it's possible.
But
I'm
okay,
not sure.
yes, and it's sure true that like Anthony said earlier, not every drama hunter is as overt as he is. There are people who are like, yeah, drama bad. Okay.
Look, I don't disagree. This could have been a situation that no one could have prevented. Sure. Like, I don't think any of us disagree.
I don't see any reason to prevent it. I mean, it certainly gave us some. The whole idea of drama is that we can now discuss this and present it to an audience for entertainment purposes.
Let me give you another alternative, Coyote. So, like for example, with the Toon Critic thing, and we found out that Sega Sister was one of the leaks there. Let's say that everybody you hired was on the level. Needle Mosquito, you went above and beyond any reasonable rationale. Are you screening all their girlfriends that they talk to?
I mean, I don't have any.
I don't know. I don't get their fucking point at this point.
What that?
Hold on, Anthony. I'm just going to tell you right now. I was not around for.
No, I get what I'm saying that there are things.
Hold on. Let me fucking finish.
Okay.
I don't have
all right, everyone, chill.
Be able to answer this question. This is a very loaded question at that point. Like, I don't have all the information here to be able to say certainty because I don't know everything about the Toon Critic situation.
Well,
that's kind of a comparison that puts me on the back foot.
Well, I'm the only thing I'm trying to get here. A point here is there's a reasonable levels to look into. Like for example, like on Grizzly the Medic. Does any look here? I'll ask Sheldon. Do you think that they should have been able to know about Grizzly's behavior beforehand, Sheldon?
No.
Yeah, I would concur too because I wouldn't have known anything about it. People had mentioned Grizzly, and they didn't know either. I think that there's a reasonable amount of expectation, and being able to know if someone is a big mouth, and I don't know by how much. I don't know if that's something that. Do they even ask you? Like, hey, could you keep a secret when you're getting hired onto a con?
Yeah, that's what the non-disclosure agreement is.
Yeah,
that's exactly what that is. You keep all of this a secret.
For the fifth time.
Yeah. I'd even call this like a 1 on the drama scale. Like,
yeah,
it's
just what everyone seems to be talking about.
Yeah, no, if you were in charge and you said I'm finding out who did this right now, why I wouldn't agree with it, I probably wouldn't like lose any sleep about it. I'm like, well, if he's going to pursue that, he's highly professional. Okay.
Wait, I'm a con executive. Hold on a second. Find the least hardworking person here and blame them for the leak so I can get rid of them. All right, Con is still on track. Good work, you dumb.
He's just telling a joke, Coyote. We're not really putting those.
I know. I don't know. I understand he's telling a joke. It's one of the things that like I don't know how we got to this part of the conversation. My entire point, and I just want to sort of restate that to clarify it, is that I don't disagree with the way people see things now. I don't disagree with the decision making that's going on right now. I don't even agree with that person's from the charity. I don't agree with any of their ethics or what they believe. The thing is, though, the only thing I'm saying is that they shouldn't have realistically been put in this situation, and it is the con's fault through their hiring process that this situation even exists. That's all my point really is.
Are you in saying that?
True.
Well, no,
I mean, disprove any of that.
Well, wait, there's two ways of looking at it. Are you saying that from the inability to screen the person that they took the charity from, or the person who did the leak?
No, because without the con, the person wouldn't be hired. It's called a cause and effect chain of events. Do you understand?
I think he's talking about.
I think I get it.
Yeah.
like I don't disagree with what anyone's saying right now. I don't agree with that person's beliefs. I'm just saying that I don't should have gotten to this point, and the fact that it did is the
Cons
Cons'
seemed
fault.
like they should have known they were hiring a guy who believed in this. Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
I think
not-
no matter any way you cut it, it comes back to the Cons' fault and something they've done wrong. I think at that point that's my only point.
Well, it would seem as of now is
Yeah,
the
it's partly their
please-
fault. That's correct. It's partly their
Please,
fault. 'Cause we have
the
to
way-
acknowledge multiple causes as well in a system, right?
Right.
The
I
way
think-
that
you're
they're-
saying that- then let me rephrase. I don't think it's entirely their fault, but I think a lot of it is on them, even if there are other causes outside of them.
Exactly.
I still think a good portion of the blame, no matter what conclusion you come to, is still going to fall on their shoulders.
Indeed.
Yep. Anybody else want to chime in? Elf?
I'm
Yeah.
just listening. I'm here for the ride.
Okay.
Ride.
As a Ren Fair person, how would they handle it over there? And
How would the Ren Fair have handled this?
I don't know. I don't work for it. I'm just a guest.
You know my stance. I think gay conversion is an exaggerated evil, but at the same time, I do understand on a basic level the Khan's decision to drop him.
I want to
It
tell
would've been bad
everyone,
for business.
Step is literally the Uncle Ruckus of the LGBT
Yeah.
community. He is a self-hating gay man.
Okay,
Pray
sure,
my
buddy.
own
Sure,
gay
man.
way, if only I could.
Sure.
Have you ever hung out with the straight man? He
Everyone
just smells
else.
better.
1488.
1488.
If you'd
Hail
like, I
victory.
can put
Hail
pictures
victory.
of cupcakes in the chat.
Oh,
Of
fuck.
what?
Cupcakes.
I mean, if you could get me peer-reviewed studies to prove that gay conversion is terrible, then I'd love to see them. Other than that, I'm not going to buy it.
Well,
But anyway,
it's a moral
that's besides
judgment.
the point.
It's subjective.
You know what I mean.
No, I don't. I think you're
Hey,
just
there's some
retarded.
guy kind of spamming the chat. You want? Can someone make him? Everyone wants
Chat
him
spamming?
to stop. Yeah.
Which one?
The I think Gabe
boy.
Licks Tin Keys is the name.
Ooh.
Oh, who the fuck cares?
I don't see
Yeah,
it.
I don't.
Oh,
think
Gabe Lactin, especially the ones in the pre-K. Oh, okay. Yeah, the thing about the child, Gabe, you should probably stop doing that. Is he still here?
He appears to have not left.
Yeah, I'm gonna kick him. Report.
I think you can just like ban him from the chat. I don't think you have to go to report.
Oh no, I'm gonna be a dick. Child abuse.
No, let's get. Yeah, come on. Yeah.
All right,
This
then.
is super fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
dude.
Wait, I want to see
There-
it
there we
first.
go.
I haven't.
For all
What
55
people
watching, most extreme measure has been taken.
Yeah, I've never done that in the middle of a stream since you basically pointed it out. Yeah, and I was like, all right, fine.
Most recent message is repulsive, and I don't want to say it, partially because it'll destroy Anthony's monetization.
No, we can't read any of
What is
his
it? Is
shit.
it data
We're not
derivative?
reading
I
any
mean,
of
we're
his shit,
probably
yeah.
not gonna have that anyways, and talking about Big Mouth,
Yeah,
but whatever.
we are not reading any of his shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right then.
Well, that makes me feel better about
Is there a
myself
way
in a
you
way.
can delete that?
What's
Where the
up?
fuck
He's-
did you come from?
He's back.
He's
Hey, Cloudy.
The response was
How's it
great.
going?
All right.
Now,
So
we
everything's
kinda
cool
told-
now?
Hold on. This may have happened to you once before in your life. So, we all
You're
kind of
right.
told you to fuck off, but you're back.
I didn't.
This seems to be.
I didn't tell him to fuck off. I said he
No,
could
no,
hang
I'm-
out if he wanted to.
Everyone-
Shit.
No.
So is everyone good now?
Yeah.
Coyote, you're not upsetty spaghetti anymore. Everything's
No, we're. I
No,
was.
I'm good. I was only really annoyed. Again, just annoyed simply because like of the way the conversation seemed to be going. But it seems like everything got handled and
Well,
everything's
you
good.
know,
good.
Like again, I'm not
bunch
for
of
Lato.
people.
I'm not gonna get super offended.
When you started, I was like, do I have to go give Crook money or something like that? Jesus, man.
No, I'm not for Lato. I can handle being criticized. I can handle being like actually having what I've said being questioned. I'm not somebody who's gonna get super triggered and get upsetty spaghetti and block people.
you're all too low IQ. That's the problem.
Yeah. Of course, Sheldon. Thank you, Sheldon.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay,
Anytime.
so-
Yeah,
Thank
thanks, Sheldon.
Anytime.
We're too dumb.
What are we saying? Thank you for?
What was the point?
We were too dumb. We didn't
Oh.
realize that
Why are
we
we
were
still
too
here? What
dumb.
do we do?
Yeah.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
Yeah.
Because we got 56 people watching. We don't want to just,
Why are
say
you all
goodbye to
watching?
them
What
now.
are you doing?
Well, we have 58. Well, yeah, we're doing pretty good. We had a good argument. We had back and forth. We addressed the cloudy thing. I don't
Little
know.
bit of drama, little bit of theatrics.
Little bit of internal all for your entertainment.
Yes.
All for your.
So can I stay or should I leave?
You're cool, man.
You
Don't
can
worry.
leave if you want,
jump
dude.
off
We're
the
not gonna
bridge.
stop.
Yeah,
you.
we ran out of things to talk about any damn ways, so
We're
shit.
super cool with the leaving. That'd be great.
I'm not
I wouldn't
opposed.
mind
I'm
it.
not opposed to that option.
Oh, Jesus. I just want a picture of Brony Inspector shoving freaking Cloudy out the door now. I'll be like, where's your hat? What's your hurry? God damn.
We'll chill later. See you, man. It's cool.
See you, man.
But,
What the
as
fuck?
you were, somebody stated this about the LGBT thing about like, oh, this isn't a choice with being gay.
Yeah.
I figure, I mean, if we're gonna be here, I could get myself in trouble. That's what people are asking for. I mean, choosing to have sex is
I like trouble, baby. Let's
okay.
do
Yeah,
it.
choosing to have sex is a choice. Now, if you're gonna tell me that LGBT, well, we have every
Well,
right to. Yeah, if you want
I
to tell me
think
that
when
you
people
hold it,
say gay-
hold it,
I-
hold it, hold it. I'm not gonna get cut off and get myself in trouble. I want to finish that thought.
All right.
If you want to tell me that you have the right to have sex like everybody else, yes, but it is a choice.
Yeah.
What
but
they're
yeah, I
I
saying.
think when
Can,
people
can
say
the elves say
okay.
this?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think what they mean by being LGBT is a choice isn't a choice is the attraction to another sex.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's who you're attracted to, not
Who you fuck.
I've definitely seen that get intermingled more than a fair amount of times.
Well, I could definitely, by and large, you
Large
could
and by.
say-
Stop.
Yeah, basically, sexual preferences are not—they're not really changeable by conscious processes. Basically, so
Right. Yeah. I
What that
think
means.
I agree with that underlying point that sexual preferences can't be really altered, even though it is a decision consciously to engage in sex.
yeah.
Engaging
Although I
is a
would say
conscious
there's no
choice, but
choice ever, really. But sure, you know,
I
if
remember
we
that
don't want to go
conversation.
down the rabbit hole.
No, not again. Not again.
yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, bro.
yeah.
man.
Yeah, dude.
Sheldon, are you a little high right now?
I'm kind of high. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, a bit,
Figures.
yeah.
I have to be when talking to Cloudy Brony now. I don't know. I can't handle it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. You still for the white ethno state, man?
Well, of course. I mean,
Oh my
how
gosh.
couldn't I be? We could talk about that. That's another topic.
Oh hell yeah. No. Maybe.
Maybe.
Oh, I'm sure.
That was a
that's-
quick change of pace.
Well-
like, well.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm not
real
opposed
quick.
to the idea.
Hey, man, I'm down for any topic.
Do we have anything else?
I don't know.
Is
Mhm.
anybody
Anyone
voting
got
in the
anything
primary?
to add?
How
Yeah.
do you feel
Probably
about
not.
Pokemon, Sheldon?
Wait, what?
How do you feel about Pokemon? You know, the games.
Uh,
I think it's retarded and it should be abolished.
I don't know. I haven't
Why?
played Pokemon in years. Yes, it's
I
alright. I
think
don't really play video games, so you know,
Nice.
whatever.
Well,
Yeah.
stop
alright.
thinking I didn't
You know,
ask
it's
you.
cute animal things, and I like My Little Pony, and I like cute animal things, so you know, it's cool. It's all-
Would
Cool,
you
man.
would you watch a cartoon where like humans enslave ponies and make them fight each other?
Maybe.
If it's good, yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
If it's
Yeah,
good,
okay,
it's
yeah.
funny.
Show me a pilot. Is there some good jokes in there? Yeah. What do we?
Oh,
got?
speaking of, is it good? Did you guys see the abomination of what the fuck we're getting?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
God, the
yeah,
new-
I did see that.
They literally the CalArt style is back.
CalArt.
God
Oh yeah,
fucking-
here, one sec. I'll
I
blank again.
haven't seen it. Yeah.
Oh.
Can anyone really say that CalArts is a conspiracy anymore?
No, it's
Right, yeah, exactly. At
It's
this
not.
point.
I think they're
graduated
pretty. They're like,
college.
this isn't a conspiracy. We're very open and overt with what we're doing. Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
The fuck is Cal
Oh, it's
Arts?
pretty bad.
The CalArt
it's
style
a-
meme.
It's an
is,
art style of animation.
It's basically with the heads, how all the heads look kind of the same for
Steven
every.
Universe.
All right, here's what we're talking about, people. This is
Even though they
alleged.
look kind of like flat and rounded.
Yeah, it's a.
Oh, this is.
Yep, that's a.
Oh,
And we're getting all the original voice actors back, so it's good to be
Pony
authentic.
Life.
Look at this
Pony
photograph.
Life is just all memes now.
Jesus.
Look at
Oh,
this, man.
hashtag Pony Life. Oh God.
Well, I mean, we're still getting Gen 5. This isn't that.
I'm fine with this. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
doesn't look bad to me.
Look at this
I'm
men
fine.
scarring.
I'm surprisingly okay with this, Anthony.
It doesn't look bad to me in the slightest.
This
I'm
looks
just-
Nah,
worse than
You know what? You wanted to
shit.
make all the normies fucking happy. You could have clipped Twilight's rings and done this, and they'd have been like, close enough.
No, I'm good
I mean, I
with
don't
this, Anthony.
I don't think
This
it looks.
isn't.
I don't think it looks bad, but I think it looks really too much like everything else out there. Whereas a lot of the charm on my end was
yeah.
a lot. It looked
Exactly.
very original and unique. The original
So
series.
what is this even gonna be? I didn't pay attention to that part.
It's going to
Well,
be
it
like
is a new slice of life series.
I'm pretty sure it's
Oh,
just
it's a new
a spin-off
series.
You want my theory? It's going to be a
Well-
series. They're going to reshoot all the same episodes, but make it chibi, wacky, and hijinks.
Yeah, basically.
I want to die.
Basically, every character is Pinkie Pie, and Pinkie Pie is Pinkie Pie high on Pinkie Pie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Well,
sounds dangerous.
what this looks like
Every
to
day we
me
stay further
is
away from God.
something that's going to be like
It's
in
not
the
surprising in the world we
15-minute
live in.
format.
Yeah, they're probably they're gonna lampshade their own fucking.
Yeah,
like,
it could be YouTube too. It could be a YouTube series.
This
sure.
definitely looks like it's going to be like the 12 to 15 like gumball length episode kind of thing. This
Right.
is not going to be 30 minutes episodes, boys.
I doubt it.
No, that's not G5 Big Mama or Mama Mita or whatever the hell your name
Okay, well,
is.
that's good. That's
Big Mama.
I'm
Mia.
fine if it's like a short, like
Bite
10
size, yeah. These are going to be bite-sized throwback ponies, just so the bronies can be like. So, it's like methadone. It's like
Yeah,
capitalizing
bronies on
nostalgia.
methadone now.
dude, like
Capitalizing
Like-
on your nostalgia right now, right after it ended.
Right, just immediate. It's getting that junk out of your system is what it's doing.
So it's a nicotine patch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's methadone. It's methadone for bronies.
Oh, hell yeah.
Bronadone.
I don't want
Damn it,
You
that's
get
so
one
good. That should have
12
been mine.
minute. You get one 12-minute, and Cartoon Network will
Can we-
throw them up on each other's back to back in 12 years.
I want to
or
go
so.
back. I want to go back in time. I don't want to deal with this anymore.
What do you think is going to be like the? What episode do you not want to see bastardized the least? What's going to be?
Oh, which one am I gonna hate the most when they?
yeah, like
fuck
something
it
you
up?
already love now that they're just gonna fuck up.
Oh, that they're gonna. Which one am I gonna be pissed when they fuck it up?
Well, you know what? Wait. There's an upside. We get the DWK recut of this shit. Maybe we'll.
Right? What are those gonna be? A minute long each? Like,
Yeah.
how's he gonna? He's just doing hyper abridged. He's just doing my old bit. Are you kidding? Yeah. Okay.
I'd watch it.
Who's the
Would you watch
person on
it?
call with the really deep voice?
That's me.
Arts or
Sorry.
some.
Yeah.
Well, would you watch it
Jesus,
ironically, or would you watch it just like actually,
dumb-
genuinely?
No,
Or
I'm gonna
Urban.
watch it. I don't know what it's gonna be yet. It looks. I mean, I think we got a pretty good idea what it's gonna be. But
It's gonna be a turd.
yeah.
I don't want to do anything anymore.
genuinely, well, yeah, I'll watch it like I'll watch anything. I'll just watch it, and do I like it or not? Like,
But yeah, I'm not offended at it existing and going. I will never watch this. You see, like
I'm
not.
offended
Right,
by you
yeah,
existing,
it's-
Brony Inspector. I'm offended by you
Whoa,
existing.
hey man, no bullying, no bully. This is
What?
remember this is the bronies against bullying. All right.
Come on, we love Brony Inspector.
What did I? What? No, it's okay.
Well, wait a minute. If this is gonna be like Teen Titans Go, that means there's gonna be cringy shipping in this. Oh yeah, never mind. Sign me up. I'm in. I'm
Yeah,
down.
this sounds really, that's what what they mean when they say like Teen Titans Go. 15-minute episode. That's what they.
I'm
It's
okay
just a
with, like,
way to.
Can I have like 2-second episodes so I don't suffer that much?
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, they just say like one syllable, then the credits roll.
Darling, like yeah,
Fresh
apples.
apples.
Duh.
But a little pony. Pony. Hashtag pony life.
Literally.
Darling.
No, this is literally how it'll go. Duh.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da, my little.
Someone should do that for a fucking YouTube series. I would love to watch that.
They just take
it's
like a
just
no.
one
They take like a
syllable.
just take a clip of each episode with no context and just play the credits.
Anthony, the troll's back.
Oh, let's see.
Again? Oh boy.
I'll invite him in the call.
Invite him in a call.
Yeah.
Is it Gabe?
I mean,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Anthony, if you really don't want his shit showing up in chat, you
School
can just
girls
block
are the
him and he won't
tightest.
show up.
Preschool girls are the tightest.
I mean, I
Thing is,
usually
like-
don't condone blocking, but at
There you
that
go.
point, if he's really saying some fucked up shit,
Oh,
you
my
can
God.
block him to stop his shit from showing up in the chat.
Well, it's just funny at this point. Like,
I mean, it's probably Ryu.
Teenage girls are the tightest. Wow, that's great intellectual take you got there.
I mean, if he would have said
Don't have to repeat
17-year-old,
it,
if he
Steph.
would have said 17-year-old girls, I'm pretty sure we would have known it was Vita. But anyways.
Yes.
I don't know, some dumb shit.
Well, I think we ran out of content.
That's a stream, boys.
Yep.